On the Way Tapes 3, man. Tiien, what's going on, bro?
What's up, man?
How you feeling, bro? This is like your third edition of On the Way Tapes, and you being the business owner and focal point of this. Just talk to us about your evolution you've seen from On the Way Tapes 1 and bringing it back to Atlanta because you did it in Chattanooga. Just talk about that.
I think from the first one, man, 1, 2, and 3. So the first one, really, like, it was just an idea. I always say this, it was literally just an idea. And it was just like, I remember I was sitting in the studio in the basement of my house at the time. And like, I used to just cook up music down there, of course. And I was just like, I want to do something. I knew I wanted to get more into business. And I was just like, I want to do something with artists. Because I feel like there's not a lot of opportunity for artists that aren't like too well connected. I met a lot of artists who are just constantly looking for collaborations, and I wanted to be able to do something for like us, because I was one of those artists as well, like looking for more people to collaborate with, but it's expensive to get in studios and it's expensive to work with good people. So I'm like, I feel like there's a way we could put our heads together and do it together. So I just booked the Airbnb and then just started telling my friends and posting it like, hey, I'm doing some collab sessions, and then we had a really good time. Like, friends came through and we just had like a lot of fun recording music together. So the second one, in between that first and second one, I was in school at Georgia State, and I had actually done a class where the whole class was a semester-long project to create a business plan and execute it with a group in our class. So I gave that idea as like our group project. So of course my classmates like added some ideas, but it was mainly group studios, and then we had some physical studios, and they had their own touches to it with technology. But I really drew out the business plan for this like in that class throughout that semester. And then I hosted the second one in Chattanooga with the idea to like get into some different places. I had met some artists in Chattanooga already, so the second one was a lot of fun and a huge learning experience. And then now this third one is like, this is going incredible. Like, I think it's going better than I imagined. Definitely some added responsibility, and which is good, and definitely like just, I would say, a whole new like tier of talent. Not that the first two didn't have it, but this one is different. It's some incredible artists here.
So would you equate the level of talent to you changing your business model? I know originally you might have put out there that, hey, this is a tier, pay a ticket for all access and come enjoy yourself. But this year you decided to go free. Why the change, and do you see that being a reason to just having artists, being able to just come and express themselves freely?
I definitely think so, because I think a lot of people, when I'm telling them about it, they love the idea. Like, this sounds like a great idea. Come to a house and cook up with a bunch of artists, but people don't really want to pay for it. And in talking with you, like, just realizing why people don't want to pay for it. And, from the outside looking in, you can kind of see why, because it's like, we haven't really blown any artists up yet. Myself, pushing myself as an artist in the past, never really, like, it didn't blow up in any kind of way. So it's just, like, what are they actually providing? Because I think if you're not really training yourself in looking at the business and understanding the music business, it can seem like, if you're not making progress building a big fan base, that you're not really making any progress at all. But I think, just like any other business, that, there's incremental steps to success. And the music industry just happens to be like a long path, just like many other businesses. But sometimes you do just have to give stuff up for free, and you gotta understand your customer better. And that's something that we spoke about that really like opened my eyes to, how can we understand our customers better? And then what are some outside things that Made in Difference can create and offer to people that can actually be more of, the money makers, as opposed to something like this where it's more about the experience and introducing people to the brand in a very positive way. So just learning more about business, talking with people who have more of an outside perspective than myself, and just some good advice, man. You just gave me some really good advice. Like, that's what it really goes down to. Just, yeah.
So, bro, you talked about Made in Difference having on the way tapes being an experience for the artist. You might not have the answer yet, but what do you see in the future service base that you could provide for artists that make them feel like coming to these camps outside of making music, it was worth it?
I think introducing people to like a new level of structure in their business. So, you know, if we structure these camps in a good way, then people will understand that Made in Difference as a brand is about structure. And that's something that I want to be able to offer people in their business, in their creative business. Is like, let's help you get structured. Let's help you operate your music company like a business, because that's what it is. As a music company, you're not just an artist. You are a product. And your overarching label or company is the business. You know what I'm saying? You're the product and that's the business. So you need to operate like a business. And I notice a lot of independent artists and producers may not really see themselves as a product or as a business. So I think structure is absolutely necessary. So I think, you know, proving at these camps that we're structured, we know what we're doing, we can register your music to where you getting automatic payouts from your music, you know, when we push it together. Sharing ownership, giving some stuff away is a good way to show people, like, one, money can be made in this business. Two, that your business can be improved if you treat it like a business, because there's so many things. Like, a lot of artists don't even have like a CRM. When you look at any other business, they have a CRM to manage all their contacts. That is a basic thing when you look at any like marketing company or any probably a sports team. Like, yeah, all of these things have like very much structure behind them. So that's my main thing, is I want to be able to offer artists and creative teams structure in their business and do things to save them time. Like, possibly what we're doing here is we're literally distributing music, we're publishing music for people, which is publishing administration services, and they can't, I guess participants can't really see it, but we're doing things like utilizing our CRM database to, and our just structure, and like having all our digital assets in one place. You know what I'm saying? They can't really see this, but this is what we're doing behind the scenes to help these things operate smoothly, to go from having music recorded to getting it finalized, to taking it to a concert, to performing it.
Bro, we appreciate that. I mean, that was high level. Before we wrap things up, man, just tell us one thing that you're proud of just by seeing the artists and creators pull up at this On The Way Takes 3.
One thing I'm really, really, really proud of is the way people are connected. My favorite thing about this is the way people connect while they're here. So when I see, like, perfect example, because you never know, especially in an environment like this, how people will get along. You can expect things, but you will never really know. So perfect example is like the first day, Dark Side got here. Shout out Dark Side, man. He got here right at 6 o'clock, like just very on point, and he was ready to go. So I had to run to the store when he got here to grab a table. When I came back, the whole Lucid team, 4 people, had gotten here, and you know, I'm expecting like, okay, when I get back, I'll probably like make sure everyone knows each other a little better. When I got back, man, I could hear them laughing and joking from the driveway before I even walked in the house. So it's like, you know, the fact that I can just bring the right people into the room and then they connect in that type of way, and then the vibe was just like, it was great. It was an amazing vibe. So the fact that you know, we can bring people into this house and see them connect in that way, where they become real friends, like this is a genuine interaction. You know, there's no money in the transaction. It's just people in the house vibing. And then now they're downstairs. They've been cooking up for hours, making great music. So it's like, you know, the fact that we can bring people in, have them connect in that way, and they'll probably retain these relationships after. Like, I want to see people in 1 month, 6 months, you know, still in the studio with each other, like recording, linking up, doing shows together. And you know what I'm saying? Like, we have this music that will exist forever on the internet, and we can do whatever we want with it. So that's something, that's a memory that we've made. It's, you know, something that we've created together that can forever be shared, no matter how long the relationship between these people lasts. And I think that is like the greatest thing from this. It makes me genuinely excited to see it.
Well, for one, bro, we appreciate you for starting Made in Difference. And secondly, just tell the people what they can expect next after this On the Way 3 camp. And lastly, where can they keep a update with Made in Difference?
I think next from On the Way Tapes and Made in Difference, you can expect more camps for sure. You can expect great music from these camps because we're up in the level of quality each camp. Like, it has never gone down in the 3 camps we've done. It's only improved, and we expect to continue with that improvement, most definitely, in speed, in quality, in sound, in promotion. It's just gonna be fun, it's inclusive, so definitely expect that. And I think also you can expect to see more of Made in Difference, like, being shared with other projects. So, you know, seeing Made in Difference in people's credits as helping put together a video or helping put together a project. You know, you can expect to see Made in Difference around in those subtle ways where we're helping other people elevate their craft and their releases and their distribution and their networks. I think that's what's next for Made in Difference. So we're gonna continue releasing music, and we're gonna continue working with people to improve what they have going on.
Man, we know you're busy. We appreciate your time. Again, Tien, thank you so much. Where can the people follow you?
People can follow me personally on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, really any social media at MIDTIIEN. That's MIDTIIEN, Made in Difference, Tien. And you can follow Made in Difference at Made in Difference ENT. That's on Instagram, and that's probably where we post the most. But yeah, those 2 pages, that's where we're at, that's where we exist. MadeInDifference.com. Reach out through the website. Let us know what you got in mind, any collaborations. I'm answering all emails. And yeah, just tap in with us.
Again, Tien, thank you, bro.
Thank you.